Almost everybody who books a call with me is missing one of these things. So let me show you. So these are the three aspects which are most important in your path to awakening, further stabilizing, awakening, going towards your liberation. And that's, first of all, we have stabilization. Okay. So stabilization is about your nervous system understanding it's safe. If your nervous system is understanding that it's safe and it's stable, then it's able to let go, open up, relax conditioning, relax the body, and then you'll notice that progress goes a lot faster. So here we have progress itself. So progress on the spiritual path, often the best tool for that is meditation. So when I'm talking about progress, I'm often talking about more meditation, more investigation, more inquiry, things where you're investigating your own conditioning, where you're either being with your conditioning, being with your awareness, being with whatever is here right now. And what's here right now is the divine that has a little bit of a veil of your conditioning. So it's either looking at your conditioning or looking at who you truly are, awareness, and being that live. And the third aspect, highly underrated as well, is relaxation. We could say integration, but integration seems a little bit vague for people. Like, how do I integrate, right? But relaxation, we all understand that. Okay, so these are the three aspects. So I want you to think about for a second, am I spending time on stabilization? Am I making progress? So do I feel stable? Am I making progress? And am I relaxed? These are the things to think about. And let me make that a little bit more practical for you. Within stabilization, the most important one is grounding. How grounded do you feel? How much do you feel in the body right now? That's super important. We also have movement. So the body needs to be able to move that energy, meaning not working yourself out, but going for regular walks, maybe biking, doing a slight run, doing some exercise, doing some team exercise, going to the gym, making sure you have, let's say, normal amounts of steps in the day, that you're an active person and that the body can use up and the brain is able to function well. And the other one we need for true stabilization, let's say I have people that are working on progress, they have some relaxation, but they don't feel stable, then what we're going to do is we're going to work on grounding. We're going to make sure that they have the right movement and maybe some intuitive eating as well. And we're going to make sure they do less practice because maybe they've been on a retreat or maybe they've been doing something where they're overstepping their progress. Score yourself on these sides: grounding, movement, and practice. And less practice if you're currently not really feel that you're stable. Okay, let's look at progress itself. So when I'm talking about progress, I'm talking about meditation, but we can do meditation in a lot of different ways. So that's why I'm making this more tangible for you. So we're talking about investigating the body. So how does the body feel? We're talking about investigating our suffering in daily life. Where are we triggered still? Where are we annoyed? Where do we notice that we make others suffer? Where are we noticing that we feel tense during the day? Those are really important things for progress. And then the other one is, are we taking the practice off the cushion? Meaning, are we also being present or working on presence or in our body or looking at our suffering during the day? This should be, if you want to make progress, this should be always on. It's not like something you do on the side. No, it's something that you do always. It's your new standard. So score yourself in how much you're meditating on the body, on your suffering, and off the cushion. And then relaxation, that could be alone time, limiting input and pressure. That could also be caffeine, alcohol, drugs, things like that. And surrender or finding flow during the day. That means how aligned are you in your daily activities? That could be with your job. That could be like, are you forcing yourself to work on your job? Are you forcing yourself to, do one thing or the other? When you're forcing yourself and you're not allowing your natural flow in what you're doing in your day-to-day situation with your family, with your spouse, with your children, with your friends, with your work, which is a big thing with your colleagues. So this is another one to score yourself on. Do you think you're having enough alone time? Are you limiting input or having a lot of pressure? And are you surrendering during the day or finding flow, right? Or divine timing, we could say. What I often see is that people are a little bit grounded. So let's call this blue. They have a little bit of movement. And when they are sort of not stable, I see them, sometimes over practicing, but often just being undergrounded. So let's say for normal people, this is okay. Investigating the body, well, that's a big opportunity for most people. And also investigating suffering. So this is where I spend a lot of time with people. And off the cushion as well. So often people are meditating, but they're not really meditating sort of daily. They're not really taking it off the cushion that much. And they are looking at their suffering, but sometimes they're not investigating it in the right way. Then relaxation, limiting input and pressure, I would say okay-ish. Alone time, okay-ish. And surrender and flow, that tends to be not so good, especially if you start the awakening process, then often you have a lot of things in your life that feel very unaligned. Then I would work mostly on these things with people, but I would make sure, let's say I'm adding more practice, I'm adding more body and grounded than this, the grounding can go red very fast. And we want the grounding to be okay so that the body feels stable enough. Let's say we're adding more movement. The body feels stable enough that we can carry that practice and we can make that home to awakening itself. Awakening further, let's say. Yeah. That's my goal for you. And what I would love to do is to make a custom plan for you. So that we look at this together, and I don't know if you've scored along already, and we make a plan on how to do this for you. We talk this plan through, and if you want that, that's free. So book a free call below, and that's just me taking the time, 30 minutes out of my day, to talk to you about your process, and also to help you score on this and make a plan for you. Like, what should you do right now? How would you progress in your awakening journey and stabilize if you're having some destabilization? Okay, much love to you, and bye. Speak to you in the next video.